So we have the man of the hour. We have the mayor of Slamtown, the current Lucha Underground champion, the leader of the Jontourage, and the mastermind behind all things Boone the Bounty Hunter. Please welcome Johnny Mundo!
Woo, yeah! Yeah! All right, yes. Awesome.
Welcome to Fogtown.
It's my favorite movie screening ever so far.
That's
Awesome.
great.
No pressure.
First off, John, thank you for the T-shirts. We're gladly to represent you tonight, walking billboards.
Well, I asked you guys 3 times. You couldn't say no.
I think we can part of the Jontourage now, right, Jimbo?
Exactly. We're like
You guys have
triple
been John
gangers.
Trush members for a while.
Yeah, card-carrying
Absolutely.
members, absolutely. But welcome to the Levi's Lounge. Let's kick this off. If you have any questions out there in the audience, please throw a hand up, and we'll pass you the mic. You can bring it up. But we'll right away.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll get to you 1 second.
Well, but we just want to talk to you because focusing, obviously, this is a Boone the Bounty Hunter screening. Just go back to the start of this journey. How did you come up with the concept of Boone the Bounty Hunter and, that whole writing process, and what was that like?
How much time do we have?
We can go late.
So Boone the Bounty Hunter is a movie about a bounty hunter. I originally came up with the concept because I wanted to do a movie about parkour that wasn't about running away. And it became a movie about parkour where there's a big meathead dude doing parkour to chase people, which I thought was cool because, well, because I wanted to do something that showcased my best attributes, which parkour and pro wrestling. And I've done maybe 14, 15 movies, and a lot of them are action movies. And it's frequently having sword fights or doing fencing or wushu or hand trapping, which is fun and I enjoy, but it's not necessarily what I've spent the last 15 years doing. So part of the reason for Boone the Bounty Hunter is I wanted the action to be in my wheelhouse. I wanted the character to be a self-deprecating, reluctant hero that has an arc, and I put all that together and came up with Boone the Bounty Hunter. It wasn't overnight. It took about nice. I just heard myself talk a little bit louder. Now I can talk quieter and more sensual.
Yeah, baby.
It took about 2 years to come up with a script. After I came up with that script, I realized that the script was a $10 million action movie, and that probably wasn't going to happen. So that script got rewritten about 10 times, and we shot a sizzle trailer to raise money for this movie, and did not raise money. And then rewrote the script another 15 times or so until it finally got cheap enough for me to be able to afford with the money I made from selling my house.
What? You sold your house? Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
So by all means, people, you out there, please go download, purchase this movie, Walmart, iTunes, Amazon. Tell all your family friends to do it as well.
I like this guy.
So, can you talk a little bit about that sort of up and down process, though? It was sort of like a 5-year odyssey, and like you said, you had to sell your house to do this. Where did you find within yourself sort of that motivation to keep going, and just any trepidation as far as going through that process?
Absolutely. When you move to Los Angeles, I've lived there my whole life, but when I left WWE full-time and started this venture into filmmaking in 2012, everybody in Hollywood is kind of full of shit. Even if they're legit, they're still a little bit full of shit. And after I'd had maybe 20, 30 meetings with people at coffee shops, which is where you meet in Hollywood, by the way, coffee shops, I started to realize that this was never going to happen unless I forced it to happen. And I'd gone so far and spent so much time and energy into this project that I just couldn't walk away. I wanted it to happen, and I knew that if I didn't force it to happen, I didn't make it happen, it never would. So a lot of people have projects like this. There's another movie that I've heard of recently that was screened in San Francisco called Johnny Ramada. And I know Rose and Tyler have been doing the same type of thing for that project. It's what you have to do. If you don't believe in it, you don't believe in yourself, who will?
So Little funny story. You were telling us earlier how'd you came up with the name Boone itself as your character.
Oh, originally I was making a list of names, and the word Boone stuck out because I wanted Boone to be able to use his name as a verb. You know, you just got booned. That's pretty much it.
You were mentioning how the stunts are in your wheelhouse and everything like that. What were the physical demands of doing Boone the Bounty Hunter? How's that compare to what you did in the ring?
That's another long question. For the stunts for Boone the Bounty Hunter, the one thing I like about wrestling is you get warmed up and you go balls out and you leave it out in the ring and you do everything once. And sometimes you get messed up, you get hurt, but the match is over by the time you've come to your senses and thought about how stupid it was to try a sunset powerbomb to the floor. I mean, the powerbomb's done, you're icing your neck, and you're like, oh, glad that's over. In a movie, you sometimes do that, and then the DP's like, oh, shoot, we missed it. You got to go again. So it's very similar, except you have to do stuff over and over again in a movie. And in Boone, I was really lucky to work with one of my best friends, Brady Romberg, who produced it with me and also helped me with a lot of the action design. He's a stunt coordinator slash producer slash stuntman. And so we designed the action based on what I was the best at. And because we had this arsenal of crazy wrestling moves and parkour stuff, when we got on set, pretty much everyone was 100% in all the time. And everybody got hurt, I think. Like a lot of the stunt guys got hurt, and no one got injured. I think that's the nice thing about Boone. It's like we pushed it to just that fine line where it was really dangerous and everyone left feeling sore, like you left it all out there, but no one went to the hospital. 2 people went to the hospital. But they're okay.
So, John, I know you have a busy schedule yourself, so when did you find time to actually film this movie?
Oh, man. When we were shooting this, I completely wiped my whole schedule. Okay. No wrestling, nothing. Like we shot this in 15 days of principal photography, and then another 3 days of big pickups, and then another 7-8 days of smaller pickups. Just me with a camera guy and a couple buddies. There's one scene where I'm falling down a mountain in this movie, and we shot that with just 4 guys. And it's actually a golf course in Burbank. We were climbing up the mountain, and I was just jumping down this cliff over and over again onto crash pads. And the day ended when the golf course security guard drove his golf cart up to a tree that I was standing on top of, like 30 feet in the air above these crash pads on a putting green. And he asked us if we had a permit, sarcastically, and then just told us to leave by the time he got back.
That's great. How many takes did you have to do with Kevin Sorbo?
Kevin Sorbo was money. He showed up the first day. He was only there for 1 day, and said he had just had his knee scoped and his meniscus was sore. And then after that, we were like, well, this whole day is a big chase scene, Kevin, so maybe you could take some Advil. And he was like, all right. And he was a gamer. He ran around all day. He did take after take, as many takes as it took.
I mean, with all the cool cameos and everything like that, how did you sort of decide on who to reach out to, and how did that whole process go? And were there any Cole the Conqueror jokes that were left on the cutting room floor?
We met mostly with Hercules jokes, and they're pretty much all in there. For who to reach out to, it was a collaboration between me, Brady, the director, Rob Curbison, and some of the other producers. And we went out to friends of ours in entertainment first. Rampage Jackson and I were like kind of drinking buddies. We hung out a couple of times. I'm a fan of him from UFC, but also from his work in the A-Team. Spencer Grammer was a friend of a friend. Jane Park Smith was a friend of a friend. Osric and I have the same agent. It was a lot of people that were connected by knowing somebody who knows somebody.
So also, Jimbo and I also big fans of your work. Current on Netflix right now, the show Glow. Do you want to tell us about the show and like what
Gorgeous
you're doing?
Ladies of Wrestling?
Absolutely.
Man, I'm so lucky to have been able to be a part of Glow, and I've gotten so much. More people have noticed me from Glow, I think, than anything I've done recently. I mean, it's crazy.
What was your
how many people
character's
have
name
seen that.
again?
Oh, Salty the Sack Johnson.
That's the one.
Maybe the greatest wrestling name in history. I've been thinking about switching my name to that. You know I like switching names, right?
I do know. I do learn that about you. But what was that experience like? Just on Glow.
Salty Balls would be the tag partner.
Jimbo want that one.
It's cool being a part of something like Glow because going from an independent movie set, something like Boone, where you have like these little small trailers and you only have 6 trailers. So there's like some days where I have a little small trailer and some days where I just volunteered to not have a trailer because it ultimately was a decision that all the actors should have trailers, and if one person got left out, it was me. To the set of Glow where there's, I mean, I don't know. Those were probably like $200,000-300,000 days or $300,000 days, if you know what I mean. There's massive trailers, massive catering. The show had like 14 leads. Every one of those leads had their own like huge air-conditioned trailer. Then all the co-stars and guest stars. It feels good, you know, like living in the lap of luxury when you're shooting Glow.
The high life.
Yeah.
I got to ask you about this video that I just saw that the DDP production crew did where you in character went on Tinder as Boone and then went on these dates. If you haven't seen the video, you have to watch this. It's hilarious.
It's on his Facebook page.
Tell us about that. And I mean,
Boone Tinder prank.
Yes.
Have you guys seen this? You haven't seen it? John Carnage hasn't seen it? You're an internet guy. Come on. Well, you guys know how to use Tinder better than I do. I had to learn for the prank video. It was an idea that DDP came up with his production crew in Atlanta. They wanted to do something to help me promote Boone the Bounty Hunter. Diamond Dallas Page. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. Really positive guy. The inventor of the Diamond Cutter and the founder of DDP Yoga. And he's got a real good thing going on in Atlanta, and he's really supportive of his professional wrestling brothers. So I was talking to him about Boone. He saw the trailer and was so excited about it. He told me he wanted me to come out to Atlanta and just think of anything he could to help me promote Boone. And it evolved into this crazy Tinder prank where we made Boone look as bad as possible on Tinder, and then Boone takes out girls at a coffee shop and sees how long they will stick along. And usually there's a perpetrator comes up and trying to talk these girls into coming with me on a bounty hunt, and a couple of them do. It was pretty intense. It was a really fun day.
One seemed really excited too, and you sang to most of these girls as you approached, which was pretty great.
Well, I was trying to like make sure that they're in it for the long haul. You know, I figured if
They
they could make it past the
was real.
singing, they would go along for the bounty hunt. Yeah.
But yeah, if you haven't seen it, please check it out. How much was left on the cutting room floor of that? And were they? Because there was one that was like very excited to go on this bounty hunt with you. Was she sad that she didn't get booned at the end?
I'll leave it up to your imagination. But Boone the Bounty Hunter and Johnny Mundo and John Morrison and John Hennigan, we're all engaged to the beautiful Taya.
Congratulations, by the way.
Yeah,
Who's
congrats.
sitting right there. Thank you very much. So none of the girls in the Tinder dates had a chance, unfortunately.
Well, job well done. Congrats.
Thank you.
Switching gears to your time in Lucha Underground now. So were you able to take anything from what you did with Boone and just all your acting, everything like that, to the Johnny Mundo character? Because it seems like your time in the Independents and Lucha, like the gloves have come off you creatively, and you've just been going higher and higher with that.
The cool thing about Lucha Underground is it really is a hybrid of action movies, Lucha Libre, and American pro wrestling. And the way they shoot the vignettes is like how you'd shoot a TV show with coverage and multi-cameras, so the acting can be more nuanced and the storytelling can be more multifaceted. And all this stuff, the work that I've been doing with my acting coach and auditions and all that stuff is really, I think, helps me with Lucha Underground.
Awesome. Now you're coming up big match this season with Rey Mysterio. They've been pumping up on Lucha Underground. I love all the promo packages and everything. It's like Brett versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 12.
Good
type.
analogy.
Thank you. Yeah, you're Sean, so
like it. Yeah.
in my book, so the winner. Just what can you give us a little tease to all the believers out there that might see this as far as what that match is going to be like and just how proud you are of it?
You guys know who Rey Mysterio is?
Oh yeah.
She's got a Rey Mysterio shirt. Ooh.
I'll take your shirt.
All right, let's take them off. Later, we'll take it off later. Rey Mysterio is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. He's been a hero of mine. I debuted on SmackDown in 2005. Eminem versus Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero, and he's someone that I feel like has been around for my entire wrestling career. One of the greatest wrestlers and greatest just people in general of all times. And to be able to build to a match with him in Lucha Underground is kind of like a childhood dream come true. It's really, really cool. Yeah. Yeah, boyhood, childhood, kind of mean the same.
Yeah. Just like Shawn Michaels, the boyhood dream.
Boyhood dream, the speech. Yeah.
Well,
So I'm really excited about the match and the vignettes and the build. It's been really awesome to see. Skip Chasen from the El Rey Network is directing the shit out of them vignettes, and we've been texting each other back and forth every Wednesday when the show airs about how excited we are, how the vignettes are looking.
awesome. Well, I know you're all excited to see the movie and watch Boone the Bounty Hunter, but before we go, we do have some trivia that we want to get to where you can win a fancy Boone the Bounty Hunter t-shirt.
Okay.
So if
you can blend in with us.
Yeah. You can look as good as Baby Huey and I do.
Okay.
So I'll kick it off here.
I'm gonna kick it off.
You're going to kick it off.
First question, and this is gonna assume that some of you have seen the movie before. Who is the first person that gets booned in Boone the Bounty Hunter? I would also have accepted Hercules or Cole the Conqueror. She's got the Rey Mysterio shirt. She's just keeping stuff.
We're going to convert her tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, this is for all the believers out there. Who did Johnny Mundo beat to win the Lucha Underground Championship?
Should we do hands first?
I saw a hand go back up there. In the back, in the white shirt. That is correct.
Yeah!
You just got booned.
But now you got to throw it all the way to the back.
Here, go ahead.
Want me to?
Yeah.
I got to embarrass myself? Okay.
Oh,
look at that button hook. Very
Nice.
good.
All right. My question is, okay, and this is definitely for you locals out here. So what is Johnny Mundo's next match tomorrow? Or where is he wrestling tomorrow?
What promotion?
What promotion?
Of which I believe tickets are still.
Wait, hold on.
I think that table got it first.
Yes. Awesome. Okay.
If you haven't bought tickets yet, do so quickly.
We got a shirt for you
AllProWrestling.com.
later, Ro. Daily City we accept too. APW tomorrow is going to be Johnny Mundo versus Adam Thornstowe. I've known Adam for about 20 years. He was one of the first guys I met in the wrestling business. If you don't have tickets yet for APW, go out of your way to get them. The whole card is stacked. It's going to be awesome. Shows in Daly City. Get there.
We're excited. We've got flyers back there if you need some more info.
We have one final trivia question.
Okay.
This is a good one.
Okay. There was a body slam challenge match about 23 years ago, 24 years
24
ago.
years ago, yeah.
Lex Luger and Yokozuna. When Lex Luger body slammed Yokozuna, what is the name? Oh, my, you guys already know the answer. What is the name of the naval vessel on which the body slam challenge took place?
Wow. Dude.
We thought that was going to be tough.
That is awesome. Wow.
Dang.
Thank you, guys.
We should have made the questions harder.
Okay.
All right, let's move these stools.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. Thank
Kick
you so
the
much.
fires.
Guys,
It's time to get booned.
so guys, by all means, if you want to get some more pizza and beer, do it. And then afterwards, we'll say bye to John. And thank you again for everything.